Hello, hello, hello. I've missed everybody. That's all I gotta say.
Me too. Definitely
So,
missed everyone.
I
Hmm.
know. I'm trying to see. I think there is a delay. Oh, there's hearts on your screen. I love that. Okay, there is a delay, but I'm seeing us, so we're good. I'm gonna just make sure all the sound is right because I've been having technical difficulties on my computer for the past 2 weeks. Give me 1 second.
Hmm.
But while we wait, you just want to say, introduce yourself, let everybody know who you are if they don't already know. But let's go.
All right. Hello, I am Sweet Jasmine, the second half of our sweet and spicy combo here at Nymphs. Um, I am the creator of Black Friday, so I'm working on that. And I am a self proclaimed librarian, a fairy librarian here in my local area. So I love books, I love to read, and I love all things magical. Yeah, that's me.
Heck yeah, it is. I love that there's more magical people, especially like the fairy librarians. Like I love that. I wish we could just bottle you up and have you at every like library around here in Philadelphia. We would love that.
I would love to be a fairy librarian in Philadelphia.
Oh my girl, don't stop. I'll make it happen. Don't even. But everybody, it's your the spicy jazz, I guess. The one who's always spice against the sweetness. But I do feel like with this book, we're coming along with a lot of the same ideas. So maybe, I don't know, we might have to think about something else, even though I feel like it's never going to change. Um, I am here being the amazing person that I am, hanging out with Sweet Jazz and reading and talking about our current book right now, which is My Summer Girl by Maeve Black. Uh, on audiobook, I will correct like I did read the book. I am going through with the audiobook right now. I prefer the audiobooks. We're not going to go through that. If you watch all any of our episodes, we say the same thing. Audiobooks is more preferred. Voice acting A1, love it, love it, love it. But we're talking about chapters 4. No, no, no. We did that. We're doing 16 to 20, I believe, today, correct?
Yes, that sounds right.
Yes. And if you don't remember what happened, at least in chapter 15, this is what happened, y'all. Dulce, and I'm about to actually put that up in 1 second. This is the book we're talking about.
I
Okay.
love this cover.
I love this cover. I agree. I wish I had a poster of it, but I have nowhere to put it, to be fair. Not in my current house. But anywho, we have this here. Oh, wrong way. This is the Queen of Solera with our main character, Dulce. Um, her name one more time. I feel like I'm always messing it up, but I love the art on here, and she's thick. I ain't gonna lie, she's
She's super thick.
thick.
Uh, I
I got
believe the
distracted.
queen.
I'm so sorry. I was like, you know what? I
I
risk it.
believe our queen, her thickness. Her name is
You're thick.
Verano.
Verano, yeah, Verano. Yep, 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 yep. I keep on want to call her Volera for no.
Is that?
No, you're correct. That is her
Oh,
name.
okay.
But Solera is the name of I think like the god or goddess that was like part of the land. And she is
Yeah.
a descendant of Solera or Soleras, whatever. And
Hmm.
she's a descendant of them. Um, yeah, she too thick. She distracted me. I can't even, to be fair right now. I'm like, wait a minute. Love her at this moment still in our book.
Yes.
Just to give you a breakdown of her, she is looking for love, guys. She is looking for love. Her people and her kingdom is actually going through a solstice right now, and they're celebrating. So she's going through a lot of stress, and she sends her right hand person. Where is he at? This guy, Raevar, to go find her true love, to find her mate. And as you can kind of tell, and also by the main cover, they all kissing on her, guys. They all kissing on her. So
Yeah.
they look like they hitting it off. he is an orc,
He is,
but he's an Okron or something.
I believe that's right.
I think that's it. I ain't gonna lie.
Order Khan?
No, no, no. I think it's Aruka. Aruka, I think it is. I think it's Aruka.
Aruka?
Something like that. You know what? I
It's,
watch too much anime. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I'm jumbling these words. But he speaks a
yes.
lot of like Latin, Spanish,
Oruk?
and Aruka.
Oruk? Oruk?
Because I know when she referred to him as an orc, he was offended. He's like, "We're not
Yes.
magical. Like, we're not fictional, bitch. Chill out." And she's like, calm down, bro. I
Yeah.
didn't know."
But
Um.
Raevar, yes, is the queen's right hand man. He
Mhm.
leaves their realm, Solera, to go find his queen's mate. Um, they're super close, very bonded, like emotionally
Mhm.
as best friends.
Mhm.
Both of them are kind of crushing on each other, but they deny it. Anyway, that's a whole nother topic. And
We're gonna
then,
talk about it.
so he's searching at a place that is renowned for coupling people. They say you
Mhm.
can find love at this place that he goes to, which happens to be just like a kink club, to be honest. That's what it is. And the gentleman that owns the place is also our OC's top, basically. Uh,
I love them
and
so much.
his name is Vex.
Vex. Mhm.
Vex, yes. And he's a sanguine type
Mhm.
creature that is vampiric. He can drink blood for sustenance. Um,
Mhm.
he is her play partner. They do a lot. She's a masochist. He's a sadist.
Mhm.
And so that's how we meet them in the club. Is her occupation. She's a cupid, and she's
Mhm.
supposed to bring love to all the people that's there. That's her
Mhm.
occupation. So, uh, yeah,
Technically, she just quit.
she just quit.
She did just
Um,
quit to pursue her bucket list.
Her bucket list, yes. And the
Her fu-
first item on her bucket list is to play in front of a room of people with
Mhm.
Vex as
Mhm.
her dom.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's where we left off.
Yeah, and that's that part. I had to re-listen to it because it was so wild. Because it's like the amount. I understand that you're supposed to be in a safe space, but like the amount of like, oh yeah, so these random flowers just came up on my door.
Yeah, so this is
No.
how it is. She's getting ready for the scene, and they explain that it's like a schoolgirl professor
Mhm.
scene, and she's going to get punished for being a
Mhm.
bad student. And she's getting ready, and Raevar is lurking. He can see
Mhm.
her. He's like, "Oh, I hope that she wears something that I can see her ass, and all this stuff." And he decides to get closer and sneaks in and
Mhm.
leaves her a flower. On top of that, he leaves her. The way he sneaks in is by like getting a costume and delivering it. So
Mhm.
he gives her a really skimpy schoolgirl uniform that barely even covers the lingerie that she originally was gonna wear. So
Mhm.
he's proud of himself. He's like, yeah, she's wearing
That's
that shit I like. And so,
yeah.
yeah, she puts it on. She's really happy about the sunflower, thinking that
Mhm.
Vex is the one that gave it to her.
Mhm.
And she thanks Vex as he comes to check in on her and make sure she's all situated. They're getting all
Mhm.
hot and bothered. She's like, ooh, well, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it
Mhm.
right there on the stage. She's like, oh wait, no, please, nah,
Mhm.
just get me worked up and then we'll do it alone. And he's like,
Mhm.
okay, sure.
Yeah.
And so the whole
I
time Rayvar
respect
is listening,
boundaries.
yeah, he's like, I respect your boundary. Rayvar is all jealous. He's like, man, I want to be the one that's getting all this attention. I want to be the one that gets to be with her and show everybody our love, which she does not know him at all. She's never met him.
Okay, real quick sidetrack. Let's
Yes.
go how the fact that Ravar has already met, technically has saw Dulce already naked, like doing her thing because she was just chilling and vibing, and he's pining over her. So he's
Yeah,
been stalking her since, pretty much.
pretty much.
And
Yeah, he's lurking in the shadows
he's
around
looking in the
her.
shadows,
Yeah.
getting possessive, getting creepy. In my opinion, a little creepy.
Yeah.
I I feel like, and I was just explaining this, talking to Jasmine about it, where I was like, I feel like he is the guy who always gives up everything to make sure everybody else is happy. Understandable, because that's also his job. But now he's afraid of losing her, and he's like, oh my god, like I want her, even though I said I was gonna get her to bring to my queen. I don't wanna, but I kind of do. It's kind of like how we were listening, or when we were reading the vampire book, where
Yeah.
they were
Queen
like,
takes
yeah, queen
nights.
takes knights. And they were like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know if my queen, if I can ever disrespect my queen. And that's total different than what it was here, where he was like, I don't know if I even want to share her with queen. I'm like, hey yo, you have a job. What did she do to you? I think it's because she's a cupid, but that's another story. We'll
Yeah.
talk about it. I think they just addicted to her blood or something. Not There's no real like that in it, but at the moment, besides her and
It's
Bugs.
probably some pheromones or
Yeah,
something
exactly.
that's like really getting to them. I don't know
Hmm.
what it is, but Raevar is trying. He's about to risk it all watching them on the stage,
Hmm.
and so they're getting into it. Saying their little dialogue. It's really sexy.
Hmm.
Uh, you know.
I think it was like, oh, I saw that. I think he's like, Miss. I think her name was Amor. It's like, Miss Amor, I see that you were plagiarized. Pretty much like she plagiarized her schoolwork. And she was like, no, I'm a good girl, tee hee. And he's like, oh, yeah, well, you're going to get this punishment because I heard you were giving favors for these homeworks to get done. She's like,
Hmm.
oh, no, me? And, it was like, I love the energy, to be fair. It was adorable.
It was
And
very
then,
adorable. And I
yeah,
love
because,
the exchange where she was like, are you going to punish me, sir? And he's like, I'm professor.
yeah,
He's
and I
so
was, yeah,
into his character.
it's like,
He's
we're
like,
here for
address
perfection,
me
baby
by my
girl.
name. I'm the
Yeah,
professor, not sir. Because she
yeah, but
usually
she's,
calls him sir when they play together. And
mm-hmm,
so he was correcting her and was like, oh, yeah, I'm ready to
I
punish
love
you
it.
because you're not getting my name right.
Exactly. I love that. I personally, at this moment, I love them too. I
Yes.
love them too.
And
I was a
so
Raevar fan.
I
I still
I'm still rooting
go
for
ahead.
Raevar because he's such a sweetie and he's so like dutiful and that's sexy
Yeah,
to me. I really love
I
a
agree.
committed man that's like, I'm gonna do what I have to do and I'll sacrifice anything. It's
Yeah, because
just
he
so
loves the queen.
chivalrous.
He loves the
Yeah.
queen. He wants to do everything he can for her. But I think like this is his moment, and that's why I think, because it's kind of, in my opinion, out of character for him to
Mhm.
be the way, just like fiending. Like and mind you, the first thing Dulce says, and we already talked about this last episode, where she was like, yeah, he's sweet like candy hearts. I was like, fuck candy hearts, first of all. I'm still upset about that. But which is nothing anybody, like that's just a spicy jazz situation. I don't like candy hearts flavored wise. And I was just like, you could have said anything, sweet like dulce, sweet like honey, sweet like caramel, something. And you were just like, nah, I love candy hearts. I'm like, you love candy hearts? Conversational hearts? It tastes like chalk, girly pop, but okay. You got no flavor. That's gravy. But anyway, that's just me projecting, I guess. I don't know. But
Yeah.
she she gets in with this guy. She disappears. She
Yeah,
disappears.
so
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, right as you're like getting revved up and you're like, ooh, I cannot wait to see this scene. All of a
Mhm.
sudden, Dulce feels like a shift in the air.
Mhm.
And she's like, this feels like when I teleport, for my job, like Cupid stuff.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, she realizes she's like in this very floral and
Mhm.
majestic area with lots of plants. The colors are all strange. Like it's everything's so green and rich and
Mhm.
purples and blues. Like everything looks different. She immediately knows she's not anywhere near where she was before.
Mhm.
And uh, the person that meets her there is Raevar, and he's like, "Oh, did it hurt when you
Mhm.
fell?" Yes,
Honestly, I thought that was cute because she was like, "I he better not be trying to flirt with me.
she's
I
like,
just hurt my ass, bro. Like, and I'm wearing this skimpy outfit. Nothing's covering her." And I think what was really crazy too, as like a submissive myself in motion, like I believe she doesn't have her collar on.
No, she
She
doesn't.
took, yeah, she took it
She took it
off.
off to change into her schoolgirl uniform
Mhm.
and forgot to put it back on in the heat
Mhm.
of everything because her and Bex have been going at it for like a week and a
Mhm.
half, like nonstop. They've
Yep.
been going crazy, and so she's just excited to do her bucket list,
Mhm.
and she forgot to wear the charm that ties her to Vex, and he knows where she is when she has it on.
Mhm.
So it's very important that she have it, but
Mhm.
especially in an event like this where she's got teleported out of their scene
Mhm.
and she's with a stranger because she's never met this orc,
Mhm.
and he's asking her questions like, "Did it hurt when you fell?" And so she's like, "Oh, I don't
I would
like
have
this."
smacked the shit out of him. I'm like, bro, of course it did. I
Yeah,
fell.
but
My
he was
booty hurt.
genuinely
I know
concerned.
he was
Thank goodness.
concerned. Yeah,
He
he
was like,
was.
"No, really, are you okay?" And so she
Yeah.
kind of relaxed.
Yeah.
And being a cupid that she is, she really just kind of adjusted a little too well, in my opinion. But she was just like, "Oh, okay," and yeah,
First of all, that's something I'm gonna say full blood. I did not like that part. I don't like when there's easily a shift where they're just accepting of things. Because in my opinion, she knows her mission is to get back to Vex. We know
yeah,
that. She
hmm
knows that. She says that, but she's like, you know what? I kind of want that. She didn't even know this man. She's like, you know what? I tapped that. I smashed that. Let me tell you about my fuck it list. And he's like, what's a fuck it list? And they're going into it. She's like, yeah, I want some, and I want this, and I want that. And he's also getting upset and blushing because she's being very open, but then also he's being forward with her sometimes. And she's just like, oh no, sir, I don't know you. But also you're already plotting with him. You're already plotting. And then you're just like also reserved, which you have the right to, But to be so calm and collected and you're in a brand new world, you don't know how you got there. You don't know how to get back. This random guy starts talking to you and he's way too familiar with you.
hmm
And I think that's what's little like it should have been alarming. I think that was the situation. Like if she should have been more alarmed in my opinion. I would have been fighting. I'm like, I'm good, bro. Goodbye. Leave me
yeah,
alone. Give me to the queen, I guess. Whatever you got to get me to do. But
yeah. He introduces himself. He lets her know that he can take her to his queen. They start talking about the differences between where they are, and
mhm,
he explains where they are, and like some of the other things that she's experienced, like the fact that orcs exist in other
mhm.
realms. And she's like, "Yeah, orcs exist." He's like, "Well, I'm not an orc." She's like, "Okay." Anyway, but he
So,
accepts it and explains like his culture and things and his mother tongue, and they share
mhm,
Spanish as a mother tongue as well.
mhm,
So that was something that they both uh, were excited to discover about each other, is that they could speak the same language.
mhm,
Um, and from there, he slips a couple of times because he knows things about her. Because she's talking about the bucket list, and she's like, "Well, I really like to be in nature and dance
mhm,
naked and I want to dance naked in the rain." He's
mhm.
like, "Okay, like he
Yeah.
already is thinking about the time that he saw her swimming
Mhm,
naked, in the wilderness." And she's like, "Well, I do it in the wilderness and nobody really knows. It's just me and the animals." And he's like,
mhm.
"And me," but he didn't say. So yeah, he's a little creepy.
Yeah.
He acknowledges like, "Yeah, that's creepy, but yeah, I still saw it, so whatever." But
Yeah.
I
No.
don't know. He's 100% a stalker. Not gonna
He
lie,
is.
like he is.
But I also feel like I don't think it's like intentional stalking. I think he's just in his mind, he's justified because he's on a mission, right? But then what happens on the mission is that he winds up falling for her and getting connected to the point where we go back a little later. We find out, or not go back, we go forward a little bit. They're just chilling and vibing, and they're on their way to the queen. And she's noticing the differences of like the worlds, because mind you, as a cupid, she travels to the human world, she travels to other worlds, so she's not that she's not familiar, but she's not really surprised by anything. um so that whole situation. But then it goes back to Vex's opinion, POV, and he is, my baby, where's my baby, where is she? He's
Oh,
tearing down, he's breaking stuff. He's like, I want my baby, I want her now. Why she got no choker? Who the hell was in my room? Who was this? Who was that? Who's in this bitch? Nobody should be
yeah.
here but me and my baby. And it's one of those things too where they find a connection that it might be Raevar, and he brings out a fucking quill and paper. And it's like, I'm gonna, dear Alexander Hamilton bullshit. He's like, I am going to contact the ruler of Solis, or I said Solis, Solera, and I'm gonna talk to them because we got to get this shit tight. But I want my baby. If you know where she's at, I want her. She's my mate. But that's also like a shifting situation, because even though they're mated by his standards, by his culture standards, it was never properly put out anywhere, so nobody knows. Blah blah blah. So when it hits the queen, and the queen's like, "Oh, so my man's did his job.
Mhm.
I got a girly pop. I got a soulmate now. I love this." And I did kind of like what she was saying. She was like, I put him on this mission. In her mind, she didn't write this yet, but she was like, I know that he did this on my behalf, so I will stand by him because I told him to do it. But I don't think he would intentionally kidnap somebody. And then what you call is like, yes, the fuck he did, because that was not consensual. They did not tell. She didn't know anything. And then again, it switches back to like her willingness to adapt. That was the word. Her willingness to be like, uh, you know what? I bet like she's rendezvousing with him, and she's doing automatic. Like he has no faith that she's not going to do the thing she wants to do with just him. I don't know. It was a weird connection. Maybe jealousy, maybe something. But it goes to like the queen is also acknowledging the fact that she has feelings for Ravar. And she's just like, you know what? Nah, I don't miss him. I don't miss him. I just miss his food. That's what it is. That's what it is. I
Mhm.
possibly can't have any feelings for him. And then,
But
her
yeah,
say, yeah, go ahead.
I do love that interaction because when she receives the letter, everyone explains like that Vex has been around for a long time. He was
Mm-hmm,
an acquaintance of her grandmother when she
mm-hmm,
was queen, and being a diplomat, she really handled it really well. Like you said, she was like, well, I sent Ravar on a mission, and he would have taken somebody if he would have known that they
mm-hmm,
were fated mates
mm-hmm,
with someone. If he would have known that, he wouldn't have
mm-hmm,
taken her. And come, I'm inviting you to come to Solera to come, talk
mm-hmm,
this out with me in person, and we can get everything sorted out. And so she invited him over, and he was like, oh, I think it was like only 15 minutes. She had like sent back a message to him. And so
mm-hmm,
he's like, oh, I'm glad to see like she's taking me seriously because I was about
mm-hmm.
to burn this bitch out.
Yeah,
But
crash it out.
yeah, not only is now the queen and her court alerted about this, but because Vex like literally was tearing the whole room apart.
Mm-hmm,
Everyone there knows, and so uh, Dulce's brother-in-law,
mm-hmm,
who's married to her sister, finds out, and nobody knew that he was with her either. And they're
mm-hmm,
like, "Oh, so that's why y'all been MIA because you messing
mm-hmm,
around with my sister-in-law." And
mm-hmm,
we'll talk about it as soon as we figure out where she is. But like, yeah,
mm-hmm.
we got to have a conversation.
No,
So Vex is in trouble with that.
no.
But yeah.
I will say, let me, when he brings the sister in, and she's pregnant and she's going Latina all she's like "Da, da, 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 da." She's like it's your fault, like she's saying in Spanish. She's like, oh, so it's your fault, huh? What happened? What you doing? Da, 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 da. And her husband's like, baby chill please, baby chill please, it's fine.
Yes.
And I love that part. I don't know, because that seems very like family. I've been
It's
through the
such a
situation.
spicy Latina family.
Yeah, I was like, let me explain to you, it's your
And
fault.
I love the use of the word all as a
Hmm.
adjective
Hmm.
because like there was one part where Dulce was like talking about how um Raevar touched her cheek or
Hmm.
whatever. She was like, "Oh yeah," and he touched the warm in his cheek. Was so his hands were so warm, and instead of being like his hands are so warm, she's like, "His hands are all warm." Like it
Hmm.
just the way she phrased it, I was like, "Oh my god,
It's
I
so
have friends that
cute.
talk just like her, and it's so cute."
It's so cute.
But there's a couple of times where she was like describing something and be like, "Oh, it's all sick," or
Hmm.
it's all hot, got me all hot, you know.
She got that. She got that twang. I love it. I love it.
I said, "Are y'all code switching in this
Yeah.
book?"
No. Well,
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised because there's so much. I think this is why this book is one of the reasons why it's so good, and why I can't put it down regardless. Even though like we discussed how I could not really focus on reading because there's so much material in this book. It's
Mm-hmm.
such a great world building, where like the detail, how many horns or thorns, excuse me, the queen has, like it's so much and very good, very detailed, love it, love it. But at the same time, like it, in my opinion, it goes a lot better with the audio, and
Yeah.
I like, and it helps me process it, especially with the energy too. Because sometimes, like, especially when you're speaking Spanish, some of
Mm-hmm.
these things, in my opinion, like I said, from personal experience, this can mean something like an insult. This can mean something like this. So I'm trying to gauge how it's going off, and I'm just like, oh, okay. They're like when he's like Mirena, I'm like, oh, okay, baby, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, I
Okay.
never
Let me
thought
tell
of
you,
this part.
I was reading it,
Mhm.
just as an ebook
Mhm.
originally, and this week I switched to audiobook.
Mhm.
Oh, like you said, everything just it flows so much more seamlessly now
Mhm.
because I think some of the time I think the perspective switches so
Mhm.
fast and so often that sometimes I was like, oh, who am I talking about again? Like
Mhm.
whose perspective is or like how changing like the way I'm seeing anticipating how they'll react to stuff is a little different when you're reading it yourself.
Mhm.
But when you can hear it and you're like, oh no, this is one person's thoughts, one person's experiences, and hearing the inflections in their voice. Oh my goodness, there's
They're so,
Vex,
so, so
Vex,
good.
Vex. I almost turned to like 100% Vex girl
Oh
at
yeah.
one point, and I was just like, oh my god, say it
First of
again, Vex.
all,
Ooh, and his
first of all,
accent. Oh, both of them. Yeah, Rex and Ravar have
yeah,
beautiful accents. Oh my gosh.
they're amazing, all of them. But my, like you said, my favorite thing with any audiobook is when you'll have like whoever it is, male, female, whatever identifying. Because I think like Vex goes by they them.
Yeah, them
He
sir.
them sir, yeah, them sir, and he'll say his piece with it. The voice actor switches to Dulce, and he gets like higher pitch, and for some odd reason with the accent is adorable, and I'm like, oh my god, just talk like this the whole time.
It is really
He's
cute.
like, oh, so you just don't care, blah 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 blah. I was like, oh my god, I love you so much.
That is very cute. Yeah, they all do an amazing job.
Hmm.
I love Dulce's voice actress.
Hmm.
Something about her brings the sweetness for
Hmm.
me because I'm like, oh yeah, now I know why they call her sweet, like little
Hmm.
sweets. You know, it's
Hmm.
so adorable. So yeah, I love Dulce.
I love it. I
Uh,
love
I
it.
was calling her Dolce for a long time.
Dulce. I think certain people like that's how they pronounce it anyway.
Yeah.
Like dulce, like dulce, because we say dulce. So like a lot of people say dolce. I think that's how it's like grammatically spelled or something. I don't know.
I don't know, like
Because
Dolce de
dolce.
leche.
Well, that's the thing. So like Italian, I think it's dolce because it's like dolce vita. So that's sweet
Oh, okay,
life.
yeah.
So us is dulce is for us is like cake sweet.
Mhm.
So it's like. I don't think we would use it that way. I don't know, but then again, my Spanish and connection is it's part of the book, y'all. We're just going with it.
Yes. If you
Um
know Spanish grammar, give us a little
yeah,
tip
you could
tip.
correct me. I don't feel bad about it. But it's the whole situation like yeah, voice acting perfect. I love how Vex was like, "Where's my baby?" But I did not like how Dulce was like, "Oh, I don't even know if he's mad or worried." I'm like, "Bitch, how dare you disrespect him like that? He's wrecking his own place for you right now, trying to find out where you're at." And again, I think it's like her ability to adapt so seamlessly because she knows, like, she's on a mission. She's like, we'll deal with this later. Just take me to where I gotta go. We're gonna figure it out. And I can admire that because she's just trying to get it done. But at the same time, she's like, I don't know if he'll even miss me. Didn't you just bond? Didn't you? He's literally like almost crying in his room,
And
waiting
up
for
until
you.
this point, like since they bonded, like they have been inseparable. Like he
Yeah.
has not really been without her since they made the bond.
hmm But I
Yeah.
think like if you've seen True Blood, right?
Mhm.
So I think like again, it keeps going back to like the fairies and the vampires, how they get addicted to the fairy blood.
Yeah.
And I think that's how I'm getting it from them. Like, I need her. I love her so much. I need her. But then, like, the way they're playing it in the book, at least where I'm seeing it coming to, is like they're all going to be like lovers together in a sense. That's my idea. Because they're all
Um.
saying, because he says something about it. He says, we're going to talk about that in a minute. Like, later in the chapter, I think it's chapter 17, 18, maybe where Raevar, when Witchclaw says, "Oh, I have to go back to my mate,"
Mhm.
and Ravar's like, "Oops, oh well.
Yeah.
I hope he's okay with me being another one because we sharing. I hope my
Yeah.
queen knows we sharing too." And I think that's where they're trying to possibly, maybe, I don't know. Again, I'm not. This is just Jazz being Jazz here. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but I just felt like that's where I'm seeing it. That we're like they're all gonna live happily ever together, which is great too. I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm just saying like if I was the character, if I was not Ravar, if I was Vex and I realized my woman that I love so much, and even though he's not fully understanding that's what he's feeling or his emotion towards her, and it's just like an addiction or whatever the case, and he's like, oh my God, I need her, and she felt bad, like she didn't even, not that she didn't care about him, but the fact that she's just like, in my opinion, it was ill. It was like, oh, he doesn't really care, it's fine, he's not even
Mm.
probably worried about me. I'm like, that would break my heart. That would break my heart. Can you
Yeah.
imagine if you just poof, your partner just poofs out of nowhere, gets kidnapped,
And
and
then
you're
I
like,
think also she's not used to it because she mentions that cupids are the people that help others find love,
mm-hmm.
and so I think she's not expecting that love to be reciprocated.
That's a good
So,
point.
like she's not used to it. Cupids don't typically find their own love, so maybe that's just something that she anticipates for herself. Is just
i'm
like,
gonna
oh yeah,
I'm deciphering that, and I agree. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that for now.
yeah, maybe.
I'm still gonna be low key mad that she said that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because, but
I'm
I'm
trying
also
to.
very protective. I'm also very protective of him right now too, because how dare you? And who's the girl that works at the front? I think her name was like
Oh,
Norris or something. It was something with an N. And she's like the one who let Ravar in the beginning anyway.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, she's like, okay, boy, like it's good. This is what we do. We do no, we do the naughty things. We do this and the third. And then she's like, oh yeah, by the way, I actually let him in. But your friend, your homie said it was cool. Your homie said it was cool, bro. And he's like,
Mhm.
I'm about to kill everybody in this place. It
Yeah,
was
he is
so
not
good.
happy to hear that. And they're like, "It's
Yeah.
okay. We got the intel on him.
Yep. Yeah.
It's all right. We can
Yeah.
fix
It's
it."
easy peasy. Easy peasy. We're gonna figure out where your baby boo at. It's fine.
But
But
okay,
mhm,
something that I wasn't expecting was
mhm.
when Rayvar got. I mean, not Rayvar. When Vex got to Solaria and met the queen,
Uh-huh.
Verano, he was like checking her out.
And
he was just like,
ma'am, I had
yeah.
beef with that
So
too. I had beef with that too.
he,
And don't
like
get me wrong, I get
instantly,
it
he
though.
was just like, oh yeah, I like the way her style is, and then she's
Hmm.
like, oh, tell me about your mate, and he's
Yeah.
like, oh, she's beautiful, she's thick, you would like her.
First, yep.
And he's like, yeah, you would like her. She's like, I would like her. Why you think so? He's like, oh, it's all good. And she's
Hmm.
got this list, that we was working on, a little something something, but
Hmm.
it got interrupted, but we're gonna
Hmm.
finish her list. And
Hmm.
oh, she's like, oh, well, what's on her list?
Hmm.
Let me hear about it,
Yep.
because I'm nosy. He's like, oh, let me
Hmm.
tell you about it. I shouldn't be telling you about it, but I'm going to tell you about it.
Yep.
And maybe he's thinking, and maybe you're going to be part of this, because
Hmm.
we need a third person to be, part of this little threesome. So I
But
was like,
the
not him unicorn hunting.
wait a minute, but the fact that he's doing that to her, but Dulce is doing that for Ravar. She's like,
Hmm.
I hope Vex likes him because then we can both have him.
Yes.
And I
But
also,
Raevar
oh,
was kind of doing it too when he was
oh
watching
yeah,
her scene. He was like,
hmm,
I could be part of that sandwich.
hmm,
Like I could just,
hmm.
yeah.
But what's the other thing I did like? I did like when Vex told him like he was looking at the queen like, yeah, I need that. He's like, she got this energy about her where what do you say is like, I feel that pretty much saying like her thickness and her tallness and all this stuff, that if she crushed somebody, that they would ask her to do it again. And that he wasn't into that, and he's not a submissive, but she might be the one to turn him into that. And I was just like, but then again, you saw me distracted just by the picture.
Yeah.
I can't. I was
She's
just like, you know what? I don't
she's
need to see this.
tall, she's big, she's very regal,
Mm-hmm.
classy. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I
We love
mean,
her, and she's
she's
very devoted to her
confident.
people. She had very,
Hmm.
and also too, she was just like, and I like too when he popped up. And he's like, "Where's my baby?" She's like, "Chill out, baby boy. I'm here. We're gonna wait.
Hmm.
We're gonna wait together."
Yeah.
Um, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think it's adorable. A lot of things that's going on right now. I am a little. I don't like how certain things with Ravar's going, but I understand if that makes sense to a point. I don't condone it though, because he did kidnap her, especially when he was like, when the queen was like, "Nah, he wouldn't have done that. He wouldn't have taken somebody else's mate." And then he was like, "Yeah, I'll give it out to you that nobody knew, but like we were mated yet, and I'll give that to you, blah blah blah." But
He
apparently,
said,
she's surprised by her outfit. She would have
yeah,
dressed properly.
he says that he's like, well, we were in the middle of the scene, so there's no way she would have consented to that because
Exactly.
she wasn't given an opportunity to.
Oh, what if they do a
And
BDSM thing with him punishment wise? I haven't read the book that far yet, guys. I'm a little slow right now. Can you imagine?
I, oh,
Does
oh
he?
my God, Bex, if I want that now. You just planted it in my head, and
Can you
I,
imagine?
oh,
In front of the queen, in front of the queen on the throne, just the four of them, three of them. Yeah, four of
yeah,
them. Mm-hmm.
where Dulce and the queen just have to watch.
Yep.
And it's gonna drive the queen crazy because she's gonna be like, "Oh my God, it's my
Yep.
Raevar! Oh, I can't take it. I just want him." He's
Yep.
gonna be
Oh my
out there
god.
getting his ass beat and sweaty
Oh.
and moaning and kissing and licking on his Vex's boots. I can't wait.
You know what? This is what we're gonna do after the show. We're gonna write our little fanfic. We're our little fans. Oh,
What's Raevar's safe word? I wonder.
sunflower.
Ooh. Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, we're gonna have to write this
Yeah, we're gonna have to write this.
this
Oh,
bonus chapter.
that's the title, sunflower. That's because it's a safe word. That's what we're doing.
That's yeah, the safe
It's
word.
so. Oh wait, did I tell you? I think I said this last show, where my dumbass, I was reading, listening to the book, and Solera. They say that like 1,000 times, and then I was like, yeah, they got a lot of sunflowers in this place. They talk about sunflowers all the damn time, and then I'm like, oh yeah, sol, sun, summer. Ah, jazz. What the hell, man? Ah.
Yes, the
Sometimes I be
sun.
slow about things, but Anywho, yeah, it's the book is amazing. I love the book so far. I want to see where this goes because I
Yes.
love pins and needles. I just got into the latest chapter. Well, not the latest chapter I just read was I ended on 21, and before that you had it switches back to um Dulce and Raevar, and he's like stripping in front of her. She's like, "Oh no!" Peek, peek, peek. She's like, "Oh no, what are you doing?" He's like, "We have to refresh. It's been a few days." And she's like all shy, but in his mind, he's also like laughing because he's like, "Bro, I've been watching you
Yeah.
in that water doing what the hell is it? Skinny dipping. I know what you doing. I know what you did. So come over here." And I like that he respected her in that too, like because duh, bare minimum, but also like she was like, "Oh, I'm so nervous. I don't know what to do," but also plotting her fuck it list. She's just like, I might be able to do it right now. I'm like,
She's so
ma'am,
cute.
yo, I honestly, I am her. I am Dulce, but
Yes,
I am Dulce.
I am Dulce.
No, but
Mm.
see, I think I would have a little more spice to it, though. I think I would just whack. I'm like, shut the hell up with this. Give me to where I gotta go. Why am I walking? Because he was picking her up anyway.
Yeah,
And
he
why?
said he was carrying her.
Yeah,
Oh,
so sweet, our sweet boy. But I want to see. I hope they have a whole doming session. I feel like they will. I want
but
it
my
so.
thing is, if it's the four of them,
Mm-hmm.
we already know that the queen is gonna be dominating.
Mm-hmm.
Vex is gonna be dominating.
Mm-hmm.
The other two, poor little subs.
Yeah, but they want that. To be
Oh yes.
fair, I know for, and I think that's why Ravar is kind of like in his pushy phase because he wants it so bad. He wants to be corrected. He wants it.
Oh yeah.
He's being a brat. He's being a brat, and that's the
He's
thing too
being a
because
brat.
he's being a brat. And even when Vex is talking about the queen, he's talking to her. He's like, she makes a look that's a brat tamer's look. That's what he says.
He did say
He said that,
that.
and I was just like, "Oh, okay, I get what you putting down."
Oh.
And like I said, it could mean nothing. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. Me in my kinky self, everything is kink. So I'm just like, I know what that means,
Mhm.
But when it comes to, I feel like at the end of it, we're gonna finish. Which again, this could change as we progress, but I feel like what's gonna happen is they're all going to be bonded together because they keep putting that out. Like they're all connected together. They have a pull to each other. Due to the fact that she was already mated, she's going to go back with Vex. But for the solstice, or every time they want to feel each other, I guess you could say, they're all going to come together. But I think that the queen and
Literally and
Raynar,
figuratively.
I said Raynar, Jesus,
I was saying,
Ravar,
they're all gonna come together figuratively and literally.
literally like a tree with many limbs. It's gonna be amazing. And she is the tree. I think she's the tallest. So go off, my queen. Look at her. She's, oh my gosh, she's so thick. Can I ever find a woman like that? I don't know.
Mommy. Yeah, she's hot.
I'm so sad now. But
Don't be
Dulce too.
sad.
How she could get it? She's cute. I like
I
her.
love that they're always talking about her thighs. They're like, her Dulce's thick
Yeah,
thighs,
she thick
thighs.
ass. I just wish
Thunder
that the,
thighs. Thunder
yeah.
thighs, baby.
I love her longing face. Where I think this is what she calls art. Like even you can see here the way
Yeah.
she's just so dominant. She's a dommy mommy. Look at her. She's just like,
Mm-hmm.
you gonna do what I want? She's like, yes.
Yep, she wants it. She can't even help it.
I'm about to change my background on my computer. Right now
Oh,
it's
I
sleep
can't
token.
wait. I can't wait till they meet. I'm just so ready. I haven't gotten that far yet, but I read some stuff I can't talk about yet because you're not there yet. But
I'm about to finish listening
it's
to
so funny
tonight.
because I pulled up to Wawa and I had my shit turned all the way up during this
Uh-huh.
part. And I was grabbing, some gas and getting
Mm-hmm.
a sandwich. And I was like, okay. And so I'm in the in my car, and I know I have it turned up super loud.
Mm-hmm.
I'm munching my sandwich, and I look over to the car next to me. It's this cop, and he just looks over me. looks back at his sandwich, looks back at me. I'm just like, don't listen.
He's like,
So
I'm
I
imagining this
slowly
is
turned
Vex,
it
guys.
down.
Calm down.
Yeah, I slowly turned it down, and I'm just like, I'm gonna continue eating this
No,
this
I think,
sandwich, guzzling it down like it's a
yeah,
orc or something. I don't
yep.
know.
Shit. That's what happened when I think I did that with something similar. I was on a road trip. We were going to a like famous flea market down here, and we were gonna go, and I was blasting it. But like since the things were closed, like I didn't think anybody could hear it. And it was the Never King.
Oh God.
And, and it was like, oh, is he gonna fuck me? Yeah, I hope he does. I was like, and my boyfriend at the time was very new to all this, and I was just like, yeah, this is what I listen to on a regular. Listen to it. Look at that shit. That shit's hilarious. And because you need somebody to talk to about it. And I'm like,
Hmm.
let me tell you, can you believe this bitch came out of nowhere? Da, da, da. And he's like, yeah, me. And then I crawled over to the twins. I was like, yes, you fuck you did, bitch. Yes, you did. And then this fucking old man just drives, like we're in a park, like red light area. He just looks at me and I'm like, yes. I'm into that shit. Don't worry about it. And then I was just like, maybe I should be talking to strangers. This is what they meant when we were kids. Don't talk to strangers. I am the stranger.
Yes. Yes. Don't
Uh,
talk to me. I'm listening to smut.
yeah, all the time. And there's nothing wrong with it. We love it.
We love it.
We
I
love it.
did have to stop sharing my book tracking apps with my coworkers though, because there's so much smut.
No,
I was
I
like, I'm good. I don't need you to look at my books.
no,
Nah,
I
I'm
was at
good.
I went to see Sailor Moon live, super live this week, and I met some awesome people, awesome Moonies. And one of them,
Oh,
I was telling her about Black Fade Eight. I was telling her about our book podcast. And she was like, "Oh, what are you guys talking about?" And I was like, "I wonder if she's cool with this." Yeah, it's a spicy book podcast. We talk about spicy books. How do I explain this anywhere semi professionally without
right.
looking like a fucking weirdo? And I was like, yeah, we're reading ones about this orc and vampire and fucking druid pretty much. Like they're about to go ham on a cupid. It's gonna be great. Like it's so interesting. You know what I mean? To explain what we like.
It is very interesting. And you know what I've been thinking, it's like, man, we need to find toys that match our book choices that we've read so far.
We have to because I know we've been talking about this for a while. And okay, so everybody's listening on Spotify and everything like that as well. Let us know how would you want to get that information because we could just put it on our Kofi because they do
Mm.
adult content. We could also because I have this new thing called Throne, which is like people make their own like shopping list, I guess you could say, like Amazon cart type thing. And what'll happen is that we can put in notes like, oh, this is who Peter Pan or whatever, and they can actually buy it. And we could
Ooh.
also something like that, like, yeah, this is what we think Peter Pan's, this is what we think Raevar is going to be, and blah blah blah. We can look at stuff like that, different options. What do you guys? How would you guys like to get that type of media? Because if anything, we could just put it on our. We do have a Patreon. We just don't use it. We haven't used it in a while. Uh, but I don't mind. Shoot, one day we'll do it. We'll do a little thing and be like, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, because I'm just curious. Because,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm curious to see what
bad
you
drag.
think.
Oh, definitely. Oh, we should rate it. Definitely too. It should
We
be like
should
one.
rate it.
We should rate it. And you know how like you do those? They have those like challenges like with a couple where it's just like get this. What's the favorite color of your partner? Like get something that reminds you of their favorite color and just like pop it out on the table. It's like this is what I think our Ray bars is. Boom, and then it'll be like something
Boom.
different possibly. That's
I love,
hilarious.
I know I have like a orc fetish, even though Facebook ads thinks that it's a rare werewolf one. I have so many werewolf ads for some reason. It's ridiculous. It's so
Mine's has been vampires,
outrageous.
surprisingly enough. But then again, if it's
My,
Bram Stokers, I get it. But anything else, I'm like, I don't care about vampires like that. Besides
no.
the, because what was I explaining? My boyfriend and I were talking about. because he's still learning about me and like things I like. And he's like, "So, what type of like mythical creatures? Like, if you could do whatever, whatever." And I said, "Oh, okay. So let me compare it to this book." And it was Queen Take Knights. I was like, I was interested in a lot of that stuff until then you start explaining like the last scene when it was like it was a demon horse. I want to see what that might be like. I want to see what it is. Is he still a horse? Or because that's also a show. I don't know if you heard it. It's called I think it's like Lady Jane or something.
Mm-mm, I don't know.
She so it's pretty much this girl in this world. There's certain people that can turn into animals. They're cursed. But they're trying to wipe them out. She didn't realize she got forced to marry one, and he just happens to be a horse. And it's the same time we were reading the book, and I was laughing my
Oh,
behind off. So like sometimes he'll be in the screen and he's a horse, and she's just like, "Well, I guess I gotta ride him," and I'm like, "This is not a show for children. It's not. It's an adult show." But I was just like,
oh,
"That's crazy." You know what I mean? Or like just monster fucking in general is great, crazy.
that monster fucking is the best.
Yeah. Well, have you seen Overlord, the
Not
anime?
yet, no. Mm-mm.
He's a skeleton guy, and I'm like, but he's bulky. Like no muscles, he's just bones. He's a fucking skeleton. But I'm like,
You wonder.
I wonder. I tap that.
Oh
Or Beast
man,
from Beauty and the Beast, hell yeah.
Beast for Beauty and the Beast. He's the reason.
He has
He ruined me
inspiration,
for life.
bro. And then he turned into, I don't know if you saw any of my thing. We just talked because I got Dreamlight Valley as a game. And
And
we
you
just got
skipped on.
Yeah. They were like, "Yeah, I feel," I was like, "I'm telling everybody right now because I'm streaming it. I was like, I'm never changing to a human. I'll never progress in the game. I don't care. If they tell me I have to change him into fucking Prince Adam, I'm not fucking doing it." And then his ass asked me in the game the other day, he's like, "Do you think you can find magic to change me back?" I said, "No, you're perfect the way you are." He says, "Oh, you're odd." I was like, "Bitch,
But the whole town sang a song about Belle being odd, so you're fine. You're fine.
you're
You're
fine,
fine.
boo."
You're
She
fine.
likes that because she could have had what's his name, Gaston. Ill,
Her
ill.
face said it all when he transformed. She was like,
Yeah,
mm-mm,
that girl. The
mm-mm.
the meme said that was a face of disappointment,
It
and
was.
I agree. Oh, I
I
don't want no
agree too.
white man,
Because
but
even
no.
as a child, I was just like,
Hmm. I said that was like, so he's a white man. My mom was like, they're all white in the show. I was like, oh yeah, no,
yeah,
thank you.
like it was a shocking reveal though. As a kid, you're just like, that,
He
that's
had
not
no hair on his face, nothing,
his
nothing.
death. Yeah, we were just like, no, that's not how he's supposed to look. Mm-mm.
Look, we can talk about Belle Beauty and the Beast, everything, because I've been breaking that down for years. But just to compare it to this show, like I would definitely want to do that. I want to compare and connect our favorite toys that we see online and stuff, to our favorite spicy men and women. Uh,
Yeah, I'll
I agree.
definitely unbox some stuff
Yeah,
for this book.
you know, oh, honestly, that I think that's what we got to work on. I think I'm going to do some research. I think we should put it on Patreon, and that's it. But yeah,
Yeah,
I think that pretty much wraps it up because I think at the last chapter I read, we are at um Dulce connecting to the nature that connects actually to the queen. She
yeah,
connected to everything in that world, in that what do they call it? Realm. And she pretty much say, "Hey homie, what's good?" And the queen felt it. She's like, "I'm excited. She's here. I love it." And then they skinny dip, and then she gets kidnapped. I don't know how she gets kidnapped because that's where I end the book because I had to start the show. But what happened? You can tell me at least that part.
yeah. Okay, so I really love the part where she does connect to the earth. Like
Mhm.
literally, Dolce basically lays on the ground
Mhm.
like face first and lets the ground basically grope her and get all the
Mhm.
information about her body. And so
Mhm.
yeah, the queen's like, "Ooh, I see you. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's
I
like, "Oh,
know.
she's
Hey,
a yo,
hi, hey,
love
girl."
it."
Yeah,
Like,
so that happens.
"Hey."
But they're skinny dipping, and a siren drags Dulce. I mean, Dulce. down into the
Mhm.
waters. And Raevar is freaking out because he's like, I swim here all the time. I've never had any problems. Like, why would they come and snatch her? Is it because she's not from this realm? Like, is it something that draws,
Mhm.
like, people are just drawn to her? Oh my God. So he dives down, tries to save her.
Mhm.
Those Dulce is so chill about it. Again, she's just like,
Trisha,
oh,
la 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 la.
she's like, I can like hold my breath for at least 13 minutes. I've
Yeah.
sat on the bottom of the lake for a long time. I like practicing holding my breath, and this is fine. It's okay. Everything's fine. And she's getting like pulled to the depths of like pitch black waters, and eventually she feels something pull her up, and it's
Mhm.
not Raevar. He didn't get there in time. It's a dragon that's been asleep for 20 years. And he pulls her up. Raevar gets her to shore and like does CPR on her, breaks one of her ribs, I think, and like she comes back to. And she's like, "Oh yeah, that dragon, he saved me." And Raevar's like, "Huh, that's significant considering that's the guardian of our realm." And he only intervenes if something drastically changes the course of our history. So he hasn't been up for 20 years. So if he came up to get you, that means that you're a part of all of this, like I knew you were. Yeah. And so, yeah,
Tuesday
that's where
just
that happens.
chill. So Tuesday just chill by her. She's like, oh, that sounds great.
I was like,
Cravey.
girl, you're drowning. She's just like, oh, yeah, I'm getting a
Good thing
little
I
tired.
practiced. She's literally been practicing her whole life to be kidnapped. I'm just saying. Think about it.
Yeah.
Everything. She's like, I was meant to be kidnapped. I'm like, ma'am,
She
are
just
you
accepts
okay?
it all.
I that's very concerning. But
It's a
like,
very,
and I can't imagine now she has a broken rib. I can't imagine they go back to the castle
oh,
and Vex is there.
speaking
He's
of
like,
that,
go ahead.
Raevar being, remember you said he's a little too
Yeah.
much right now? He was
Hmm.
like, I can bond her right now and she'll heal faster. And he's like, she'll be able to take on my qualities. He's like, but I haven't talked to my people about, you know, bonding with anyone. So he's like, it might be too early for that, but I could right now while she's unconscious.
I want
And
to.
I'm like, dude, no, don't do it. He didn't do it, thank
I
goodness.
know.
But he was this close.
I'm pulling up my. Remember, I said this before. This is how I react in books. It's like I have my lawn chair. I'm pulling up right in front of them with a bag of popcorn and going, "You're a piece of shit. Stop doing it. Stop doing dumb things. Stop doing dumb things."
Yes. He didn't do it though. He thought
Good,
about it, but he didn't do it.
but I,
But he was very close to doing it. And so instead he did CPR and broke a rib and she came back.
I'd
And
rather
he's like,
that.
oh, you hurt. That sucks.
Yeah. Oh, boo. You know what? I hope they have a BDS scene with him, and he gets punished because I'm getting tired of his bullshit right now.
He has to because I can't see Vex being like, no, we're cool.
Yeah.
I can't see him just being
Oh
like,
no, he wants blood. He does. He
yeah,
straight up was like, "You took my woman, my woman." They're bonded. Not only that, by BDSM standards, they're bonded. So even you know what I mean. You took his property, his possession, his submissive in the middle of a session, and was
rude.
like very
But like,
fucking
if you're
rude.
in the BDSM scene, that is so rude. Like, why did you
So
interrupt my
rude.
scene?
First of all, and it was her first like real scene, like out in public, pretty much, and you ruined it for her. And
That
then
is so
again, she's just like, la
rude.
la 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 la, that's crazy. All dulce, dulce de vida, dulce vida. Sweet life is okay. Bitch, what? I'm like, ma'am, you are in danger. You're
She doesn't.
possibly in danger.
She never reacts to danger because even with Vex, he drank too much. He almost killed her, and she was just
Hmm.
like, "That was the best orgasm I ever had."
Yeah.
And like,
I forgot about that. And he was
yeah,
just like, oh my God. See, I'm thinking again. It's like how it is with the fairies and vampires, where they get addicted they like anything mythical or magical finds their way to the fairies, in this case a cupid, and it's like they're addicted off of that because love is rare. They're in charge of love.
Yeah.
So for them to have that thing, it's like probably a great stimulation for them, and they don't know how to react to it. And then again, they take too much blood. They kind of contemplate doing very shady things about like, oh, I'll just bond her without her consent and kidnapping her. Just kidnapping her without her
Yeah.
consent.
And she almost died with Raevar,
Yeah.
and then she came to him. It's like, oh, I met a dragon. I'm like, girl.
Snap out of it. Snap out of it. But yes,
Yes,
I'm gonna
wow,
finish
snap.
it.
Yes, it was intense.
That was a lot for me. I could not.
She's stigmatized for sure. Like, I don't know.
No, it's literally just like so much where I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't think I would handle it that same way. Like I said, I would be hitting motherfuckers right in front of me. First of all, I don't like, I don't know. Like, how are you okay with waking up in a place that you didn't know where you were from? You do have the mission in your mind, like, you have to get back home, which is natural. But then you're also like, you know what? I might bang this guy. I might ask him to do my bucket list. And him keeps saying, summer never ends here.
Yeah,
Summer never ends here.
summer never
Motherfucker.
ends here.
Yeah.
Another phrase that I love that they repeat a lot is, uh, what in the Hades?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
What in the
yeah.
Hades?
I say that a lot my personal self. So like it was funny to hear that. It's like, what in the Hades? And I was like, wait, is Hades? And then there's like a character called Dionysus. And I don't know if
There's
he's
this too.
actually Dionysus. Yeah, but I don't know. But like I said, I don't know if they have any correlation to the actual mythos.
I
We
don't
haven't got.
know, because
Yeah, I don't think we have a lot of bad cat.
they do mention Styx a couple of times,
Yeah.
and they mention Hades. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Could be.
Maybe.
But you know me, I love me some Greek mythology, y'all.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh. But yeah, no, so this is really, really good. I still 10 out of 10 recommend everybody read it. Listen to it if you gotta. Come talk to us about it. We're gonna keep geeking out about it. We still got how many chapters? A lot of chapters left, in
Yeah,
my
we're
opinion.
but
We're
we're a
tracking. We're
little more
tracking.
than halfway done, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Shoot. We're gonna have a bonus episode and we're gonna connect the toys, the phalluses to the fucking to the male characters. It's gonna be
The
great.
phalluses and the coochie
The
brothers. I don't know.
Cuchabellas. I like
I
that
don't
word.
know.
I don't know why. I
Uh
don't think
oh.
my neighborhood liked that word. Alarm just went off. I don't know. But yes, I think that is pretty much going to end today, though, because first of all, shout out to the artist. I don't know if Maeve have done this or if this was somebody else, but oh
I
my
love
god,
the art.
she's so fucking, oh my goodness.
Mm, mm, mm.
Like, yeah, yes, definitely, but like,
How you get them jeans, girl?
how'd you get in them jeans? First of all, why are you wearing? And I love the little bit of like pudge right there.
Yes.
It's
Oh.
normal. It's
Mm.
normal. And I love the fact that even I think Vex described it was like she the way she looks is how she's connected to her realm and how the realm is growing from her into her. And I was just
Mhm.
like, that is sexy to say. Because she is, look at her, she got moss and thorns on her, and the thorns move too to protect her.
Mhm.
So, and it's wrapping around her.
Oof.
Ma'am, it's like, you're not taking my
Yes.
baby. Anyway, so do you have any last words of the night before we end the show?
My last words are: I'm still rooting for Raevar. I want him to get everything he needs, but I also think he deserves to be punished. But that's also the switch in me. I would
Hmm.
love to be that person that gets to punish him. But
I want to watch it.
anyway.
I hope they do it on the solstice. I think that'd be great.
Oh yes.
I'm excited about this solstice. Um, I am right now team uh the queen and team because she has not really done anything wrong at all at
Yeah.
anything. She's just
Mm-mm.
like, I'm standing by my homie because I did tell him to do shit and he might have fucked up, but
Yeah.
also very vexed because I don't think he did anything wrong besides take a little bit too much blood, and I think there's a reason for that. So,
Mm-hmm.
and he fought for. He's like, "Where's my baby?" And I respect that. And he
Yes.
did admit when he didn't tell his her sister that she's been missing for over a week, and he ate it. He's like, you know, yeah, you're right. I'm dumb. You're right. My bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. Can't wait to see what's gonna happen. We're gonna do chapter 21 and up, maybe 21 to what do you think? 26,
We have to
28.
do 21 to 28 just so I can get it out to
Okay,
my sister.
I got you. 21 to 28. Let's do that. We'll go ahead and talk about that. And do you have anything, any events or anything you want to talk about?
Yes, we're 2 weeks away from Black Friday. Boo, boo, boo,
Black Friday. Woo,
boo.
woo, woo, woo. Wait, give us like I actually have something for this. If I can
Yes,
find it, I
Black
do.
Friday is celebrated on the second Saturday of May every year, and this year it falls on May 10th. I know that's around Mother's Day, so it's a perfect excuse to go
Mm-hmm.
out with your mamas and your ladies. It's great, 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 great. I
Mm-hmm.
am kind of spearheading
Mm-hmm.
a collection of events called the Family Reunion Part 2. All across
Mm-hmm.
the country, there are people celebrating Black Friday, and I want to make sure that you find a event to go to near you. And our lovely Jazz is hosting one in Philadelphia.
Hell
It's
yeah.
great. Yes, yes, yes. And it'll
And
be on May 10th
this
in
is
which park?
it's at Fairmount Park.
At Fairmount Park. Yeah.
So this is the main flyer for the theme is flora and fauna. That is the Black Friday event. I guess overall theme. Everybody's
Yeah.
trying to go for that. Um, and of course, I don't know why everything's acting glitchy right now, but at least it's now than earlier. And this is the one, if you're going to be in the tri state area of Philadelphia, New York, Delaware, Jersey, wherever, get to Fairmount Park in Philadelphia. You can see this is the Philly Fae, aka the mythical, the POC Mythical and Magical Creature Society. That is me and my homegirlies celebrating Black Friday, flora and fauna, connecting to the wilds. What does that mean, guys? We are actually going to have a few things, activities. We're going to be exchanging trinkets. You know, like the whole thing about getting trinkets from a fairy, getting gifts from a fairy. Are we doing it?
Yeah.
Yes, because we're connecting. So we're going to do it. We're going to have a tarot card reader that is at a cost. Most of everything is going to be free. It's a picnic theme as well, so everybody please bring your own things. We'll have something just in case, but because you know we're here to share, we're a community. But we're gonna do a scavenger, not scavenger, a foraging event as well. So I'm hosting that. I have these little like cute stickers. They're like frames. They look like witch bottles, like potion bottles. And we're
Aw.
gonna like gather, you know, cute things we find, and we can stick it into that paper, and you have it forever. Um, so that was cute. We're doing the trinkets. We're also doing a what we're calling a social train, which is everybody's going to make sure that we're following each other, supporting each other, hyping each other up. And then of course we have a tarot card reader. I believe, if I'm not remembering, I am remembering correctly, Fairmount Park. It's going to be a from noon to about 4. I think like when they close. We're going to be there early though. So if anybody sees us, we're going to be having a private photo shoot, but everybody can join. I don't care. We love everybody in Philly. And that's it. That's pretty much, I'm excited. Also, you guys can catch me on Sundays. Sexually Speaking, of course, is our kinky conversation and lifestyle breakdown show. I'm not sure what our upcoming theme is right now, guys. You got to give me a minute to think because we actually, again, because we've been having glitches, we had Finding Your Key Community last time. So, worst case, you're going to have to just look at that video again because a lot of things are happening right now. I'm still recovering from Sailor Moon Live. I have that vlog somewhere in the ethos. Go find it. It's fun. And the stars of the show liked it, so I was very happy. I
Oh
cried.
my
Oh my god, I
God.
cried. I cried. And also, new wife alert. Queen Beryl. Just
Mm.
saying. I was so, and you know, like you've seen Sailor Moon. Everybody has seen Sailor
Yes.
Moon mostly. I was still surprised of how things happened. I was like, "Oh no, my queen!" And the people I was with were like, "You know, she was gonna die, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, but they didn't have to do her like that. They could
Oh,
have just let her be." But it was so good, so good, guys. Um, Once in a lifetime opportunity. I got my Sailor Moon stick. I'm looking at it right now, cheesing. I love it.
oh,
Um, Enjoy, guys. This is the summer with all the crazy stuff. Everything's coming up. We're getting warmer. Enjoy. Go out, frolic,
make your
build
bucket list.
things. Just enjoy yourself. Enjoy your peace and enjoy life, y'all. There's no reason why we shouldn't and want to, you know what I mean, just be the best that we can be. Um and that's pretty much it. That's all I'm going to say. It was a pleasure. It was an honor hanging out with everybody today, hanging out with my lovely co host, the sweetest of the sweetest, the little dulce, Jazzy herself.
Oh,
Love you bunches, girly.
love you
It was
too.
fun. I see you next time. Bye. We're gonna
Bye.
go. Bye. We're gonna go.